Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how do people secretly praise you and what do they say. Okay, so we have 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, we have this Goldstone crystal. And we have the Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands. For pile number 2, we have the Shell. And we have the 3 of Earth, 3 of Pentacles. And for pile number 3, we have Prehnite. And we have the 8 of Earth, the 8 of Pentacles. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be a pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose the Goldstone crystal and the Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how do people secretly praise you and what they say about you. Okay, so please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before I get started, I'd just like to announce I am available for personal readings. So if you'd like to pre-book for February, you can find my email in the description box below. Okay, let's get started and see what cards show up for you. So spirit guides on my pile number 1. Spirit guides on my pile number 1s. What do people secretly praise pile number 1s for? So we do have friendship at the back of the deck. We have discernment, communication, and gratitude. I just saw 111 for you. What do people secretly praise pile number 1s about? We have the Sun with citrine and clarity, card 18. Lovely. What do people secretly praise pile 1 for, please? So we have Breath of the Cosmos, My Will to Thy Will, micromanaging the universe. Okay, now for your tarot cards. What people secretly praise pile 1 about, please, spirit guides? What people secretly praise pile 1 about? So we have the 8 of Cups. We have the King of Cups. We have the Messenger of Fire. I'm not sure what this card would be. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay, and then at the back of the deck, we have the 4 of Pentacles. I'm also noticing the sun's popping up, and we have the sun here, so that's lovely to see. Okay, my pile number 1s. What do people secretly praise you for and what they say about you here? So I'm seeing a lot of people praise you for... I'm feeling the solar plexus energies healing. Okay, so this is something about you healing your self-worth, healing the way you view yourself when you look in the mirror, healing the way you speak to yourself, your self-talk, healing your self-esteem, bringing them back up to a place where you feel comfortable with yourself and where you feel more confident in yourself, where you speak to yourself with positivity, okay, with self-love. So there's something here about the way you've changed overall, the way you've healed your self-worth, the way you've become a lot more confident in yourself. And I think that, it isn't always easy to love ourselves. And, a lot of people say that, like, it isn't always easy to be confident in ourselves, to love ourselves, to, be kind to ourselves. But you've been managing to improve on that energy. So I see a lot of people secretly praising you there. Also, there's something here about creativity I'm hearing. For some of you, you're very creative, or you just have a lot of creative ideas or creative potential that people secretly praise you for. I also feel here there's something about your passion for life. You seem like a very happy-go-lucky person. You seem like someone that finds the positivity within life, finds things to be grateful for every single day. And even when we have our hard days, when we can't find something to be positive about, it's like you still try to be more positive. You still try to think in a more optimistic way with the Sun and the Queen of Wands here. And so I feel because of this, a lot of people are secretly praising you, because I feel people know you haven't exactly gone through an easy life. You've gone through your bits of challenges and hardships within your life, and you are healing a lot emotionally that a lot of people are secretly praising you for. I see you maybe leaving behind certain connections or certain environments or certain things that were hurting you in some way and healing from that, but also learning to find optimism in the world, learning to find the joy in the world again after the healing. Because sometimes when we are in the healing journey, I've been stuck in this once, or a few times, where I'm in the healing journey and I'm so focused on the pain. But then at some point, we also need to pull ourselves out of that and focus on what does make us happy. Focus on, the beautiful things we are grateful for, that we are grateful for being alive even, you know what I mean? And so I feel because of this, a lot of people are secretly praising you for that, because it's not like all sunshine and rainbows in your life. You haven't exactly had an easy life, but you still find a way to embody gratitude and remain humble, but also remain positive towards your situation now and the future, and not necessarily let those past situations influence your mindset, where you would think, oh, this is always going to happen to me. No, I see people thinking of you as if you don't let your past determine how you feel about your future. So that's definitely something that's coming up. And that's something people definitely praise you about a lot. That's an emphasis there. And a lot of people look up to that and want to embody more of those qualities like you. And I think you speak in a very uplifting way. You have a very bright light, my pal number ones. You shine bright within your own way. You're someone that stands out. That's what a lot of people secretly praise you for. You stand out in your own unique way, and the more you embody this confidence within yourself, the more you find joy and gratitude within the little things within life, the little treasures within life, the more magnetic you are to others, the more others notice these qualities within you, the more you inspire others, and others will often secretly praise you and say, I'm so inspired by pile number one. I feel also like something about your looks is something like people praise you a lot for, because you stand out so much, because you seem so confident within yourself, because you hold yourself to a high standard. And it's like, I'm hearing you put yourself back on the pedestal, in the sense of not necessarily an egotistical energy, but I feel before maybe some of you had dealt with low self-worth, where you put yourself last, or you put others above you, and now you're putting yourself back up on the pedestal, not in a sense of looking at yourself as better than others, but we're all the same on some level. We're all equal on some level, but it's like you're putting yourself back up, not putting yourself down. Does that make sense? So that's another thing that's coming through here. Something about your makeup, if you ever wear makeup, is something people praise you a lot on. Secretly, your hair, the way your hair looks. I definitely see straight hair and wavy hair and curly hair. And even for my men here, the men watching, people praise your hair and the way if you have a beard or stubble or anything like that, any facial hair, people may secretly praise that. People may also secretly praise your smile because you have this very bright energy and bright smile. You have that type of energy that lights up the whole room. Very inspiring. You may even be creative with the way you dress up and the way you express yourself, and that's something a lot of people secretly praise you for as well. Also, the way your voice sounds, the way you speak in such an uplifting way, that's something a lot of people praise you for. Also, your eyes are very beautiful, and your lips. Yeah. I'm seeing very, very light hair and very, very dark hair that people praise you for, like your hair color. They like your hair color and your hair, like texture or style or length. Something about the hair is coming through, and the way you dress too, the way you smell too. Also, something about nails and hands. Yeah. And definitely the way you communicate, the way you speak to others. I mean, we have communication here and we have messenger of fire. So you have this way of communicating to others in such a positive yet uplifting way, inspiring way, but you also have this gentle attitude to you. And I feel like a lot of animals and children are drawn to you because of your overall vibe and, like positive presence, because you have so much light within your aura. You shine bright, my pal ones, and you're not dimming your lights anymore to fit in. You're very unique people, very different. And you stand tall within that. You stand proud of that. Like most of you are comfortable with being your authentic self in the world or learning to. And I think a lot of people secretly praise you about that because sometimes it's really hard to be our real self in the world. And, most of the time it's because people are afraid maybe other people judge them, or because they're scared, like, what if they don't like me if I'm my true self? Or it's situations where they kind of have to wear a mask. Like, for example, with me, I noticed when I was around certain people, I couldn't necessarily be myself around them because maybe they were just very judgmental people. And sometimes you can't necessarily cut certain people out of your life, like family, etc. So, but I feel like with the Eight of Cups, you maybe have been leaving behind, people that haven't been serving you. You have been distancing yourself from that because you really treasure yourself and your energy is sacred. So you don't need anybody pulling you down to their level, pulling you down into their negativity, I want to say. So now you're very discerning of who you let into your life. You're very selective of who you let into your life. It's like whoever gets to be in your circle needs to really treasure you, is what I'm getting here. And so I see a lot of people praising you on that secretly because maybe they wish they could do the same. There's also something here about trusting your gut feelings when it comes to people that people secretly praise you for, because I know sometimes it's very hard to always trust our gut instincts. It's there, but we don't always trust it. Okay, I've certainly dealt with that a lot in my younger years. I'm almost hearing my spirit guides joke with me and say woof woof, and leading me back to him almost like being very cute to this fish and her looking like she's communicating with the sea turtle. So again, it's like animals are very drawn to you. You love animals. Maybe you treat animals with care and gentleness. Maybe you have pets of your own. If you do, people may secretly, say your pet is so cute. No, regardless of what your pet is, if it's a cat, dog, fish, whatever. But people may secretly say things like that. But also, Like let's say you go to someone's house and they have a dog, and that dog doesn't usually go over to people, but that dog comes to you and they're like, oh my gosh, that our dog likes pile number one. Do you get what I mean? Pile number one must have a nice energy to them, is like what I'm thinking in my head. Or that, you know, they may say things like, oh, you know, our dog really trusts pile one, I wonder why. Okay. I also hear like from spirits, if dogs or animals or cats could speak, they would secretly praise you too because of your energy. Oh my gosh, I was laughing. I was laughing now, but then it turned into a cough. Sorry about that. But anyways, I do see a bunch of other things here in my pile number ones, but before I get into that, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe, so if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted or you like this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your reading. Yeah, so there's also something about your fashion style. There's something very photogenic about this pile. I feel like sometimes people will scroll through social media if you ever post, and then they'll stop by you, even if they're a stranger, and show like their friend, like, oh, I love their fashion style, or oh, they're so pretty, or they're so handsome, or so attractive. And I clairvoyantly see someone fanning themselves, so some people think you're very hot, okay? I also feel like you just have this sparkly energy because we see a bunch of sparkles here, and your crystal actually has sparkles on it. So I don't know if some of you just have that sparkly vibe or energy, like almost like you're throwing and sprinkling fairy dust everywhere you go, or just sprinkling positivity wherever you go, or if you like wearing glitter or shiny things, or like very shiny jewelry, maybe that's something secretly, maybe that's something people secretly praise you about. And definitely your fashion style keeps coming up for me as I look into your energy. People also think you're very free-spirited. You know, you make other people feel free whenever they're around you. People may also secretly praise material things you have. That's what I'm getting with the King of Pentacles here, or the way you've worked hard on building, you know, financial stability for yourself, or certain achievements within your career or school. It could be something like that, because King of Pentacles is opposite citrine here, and citrine is a crystal of success. So there's something about that people secretly praise you on your career or school or study achievements, or just even achievements within certain hobbies or certain talents you have. You know, I think people often say they see your potential. Even if you feel like you haven't achieved much, they see your potential. I feel like a lot of people secretly praise you in the sense of saying they want to be friends with you, saying they want to be around you. Yeah, definitely. And I feel like there's also something about people secretly praising your emotional balance. Because I do feel this pile does feel things on quite a deep level. You are very deep people, but you also know how to regulate your emotions. And that is not something we see often within the world. You know, people that can regulate their emotions. So that is something a lot of people secretly praise you about, especially if they know about, you know, emotional intelligence and things like that. They may call you very emotionally intelligent. Also, your patience is coming through, but also your ability to get things done quickly. So there's two sides of that spectrum there. I'm also seeing you're very responsible when it comes to like saving, for example, or when it comes to things you need to do. You're very responsible. Like nobody needs to tell you to do that. You're independent in a way where you go after that and do that yourself. I feel like people will often secretly praise the conversations and say that they really enjoy spending time around you, and that, like a lot of people just feel happy being around you and just like, your presence. I feel like this pile also has a lot of ambition and, determination to get exactly what you wish for and exactly what you want. But it's not just the determination, but it's also I want to say, you think big about the future. You think in a very positive way, and you dream big, is what I want to say. So I feel like a lot of people secretly praise you on that. And because you're someone that embodies this vibration of gratitude, you are master manifestors, my pile number ones. Also, if you are into spirituality or if you are religious in any way, people may secretly praise you about something along those lines. Okay, I feel like I'm going to pull a few more tarot cards and then we're going to end off soon. Spirit guides of pile number one. What do people secretly praise pile one about? We have justice. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so these are like the people you left behind, people that were in the Seven of Swords energy, and I felt the solar plexus healing again. So these are people that really triggered this self-love awakening in you, triggered this energy within you where it's like, wait, I don't want people like this around me. I don't want people that are deceptive, people that lie to me, people that are not honest, people that don't have my best interests in mind. I don't want people like that around me. Like, I deserve better, I deserve people that treasure me. I deserve people that are going to be honest with me and truthful towards me and love me genuinely. So I see people secretly praising you about that, about knowing your worth and leaving people like that behind, because you never deserve treatment like that. I just saw 2121. We have the Seven of Fire, Seven of Wands. There's a very magical energy with this pile. Like, these look like fairies or dragonflies, I don't know. And a unicorn. And this unicorn has a magical genie, not genie. Why am I thinking of genie? Aladdin. It has a magical carpet, flying carpet. What am I getting from this? Okay, Spirit is bringing up the solar plexus energies again, so it's connected to this. And I feel like what's happened here is, you know how we can fly on a magical carpet and fly anywhere if we had to imagine ourselves in that? Maybe you've changed in a way where you've completely gone from this energy to another energy. Does that make sense? Because we have the 7 and 7, but it's like two completely different energies. And so I feel like with justice in the middle, there's something about you finding your own sense of truth, finding your own sense of truth with who you want around you, becoming a lot more discerning, finding your own sense of truth of who you are and who you want to show up in the world as. What types of qualities of people you want around you. So I'm probably part of this pile. Why did I say me? And there's something about becoming and being comfortable with your true self, being more comfortable with speaking your truth. And as I say that, I feel tingles on my crown chakra. So that is confirmation. And I feel like you're letting more of your magical side out. People call you very magical and mystical as a secret praise towards you. We have Messenger of Earth. And we have the King of Air, King of Swords. So what I'm getting here with this King of Swords and on top of the King of Cups next to the Seven of Swords and next to Justice, since we have the Five of Wands at the back of the deck, people may secretly praise you in the sense of you knowing how to mediate arguments, you knowing how to calm down people, or okay, let's say someone is like shouting at you. You know how to speak in a way with emotional balance, even when someone is doing something deceptive to you. You know how to not only regulate your own emotions, like, yes, you do maybe feel that anger in that moment, but maybe you regulate your emotions and then you speak in a way where you are speaking your truth with justice and the King of Swords, but also maintaining emotional balance and not adding fuel to the fire. And so maybe you are able to calm the other person down or just speak your truth. And I see a lot of people praising you about that secretly. And also something about your communication when it comes to work and business or school. Like, people think you're very smart. People think you speak in a very grounded way and that you really know how to get other people to listen to you. Like I said, you're very intelligent, but you also have a talent when it comes to communication. I think people love to listen to you and hear your perspective on things and hear your truth and hear the way you view things. So I feel like a lot of people enjoy conversations with you. So that's what a lot of people secretly praise you about. So this is your reading pile number 1. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose the Shell and the 3 of Earth, 3 of Pentacles, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how do people secretly praise you and what they say. Okay, so please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your reading, I'd just like to announce that I am taking a limited amount of personal readings for February. So if you'd like to pre-book, you can find my email in the description box below. So let's get started with your reading now. So spirit guides on my pile number 2s. Spirit guides on my pile number 2s. How do people secretly praise them? What do they say about them when they're secretly praising pile 2? We have trust. Lovely. We have hope. And we have move forward. At the back of the deck, we have solitude. Okay, how do people secretly praise pile 2 and what they say when they secretly praise them? We have jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. And at the back of the deck we have the golden children, so the inner child is coming through. Some of you may relate to pile 1 if you were drawn, but if not, it's okay. Spirit guides of pile 2. So we have Calcite, Moon, and Transition, card 13. At the back of the deck, we have Red Jasper, Edmund Star, and Conviction. So now let's take a look at your tarot cards. So spirit guides of pile number 2s. How do people secretly praise them? What they say. 12:12 on the clock. Sun. We have the Sun. We have the 6 of Air, 6 of Swords. Interesting that we have 6 of Swords right opposite move forward. I'll explain in a bit. We have the 10 of Water, 10 of Cups. And we have the World. Lovely. At the back of the deck, we have the 5 of Air, 5 of Swords. So in terms of physicalities, I see people, secretly praising you and saying that they really like the way you dress, that you're so creative with the way you dress up. I also see people secretly praising your smile and your laughter. There's something very beautiful or attractive or handsome about your smile and your laughter. When you're just enjoying life, when you're just having fun, when you're just being yourself, expressing yourself with creativity, just feeling good about yourself, there is this glow that radiates from you. You're glowing, that's what I want to say. You're glowing. And look at all the rainbows here. You seem to be very happy right now, or like compared to the past, I'll get to that in a minute, but it's like You seem to be much happier now. You seem to be in this very positive, radiant, glowy energy right now. And you seem to be in this kind of like new beginning energy that a lot of people are secretly praising you about. I'll get more into that in a minute. Since we see an eye here, people may also secretly praise you about your eyes, so that you have very beautiful eyes, especially when you smile, or very attractive or handsome eyes. Especially something about your eye color, regardless if it's blue, brown, hazel, whatever color, like something's very beautiful about your eyes, your eye shape. Yeah. There's also something about your body people secretly praise and people are secretly attracted to, for my men and women and non-binary, everyone here. Because the reason I say so, here she looks a little bit nude, but the seaweed, I think, or sea leaves are like covering her. And here as well, where she's covering herself, and here this man looks very good looking with his muscles. So yeah, there's something about your body people secretly praise you about and say, your body looks very good. Also, in terms of physicalities, we do see a butterfly here. So a lot of you have been perceived to go through some kind of glow up, whether it is internal or physical, or there has been some actual physical changes to your look, to your style, to your hair, hair color, like haircut, or just maybe the way you show up in the world. There's something that has changed here that people are secretly praising and admiring. Yeah, I keep wanting to say you're glowing, you're glowing, you're glowing. I hear you look like $1,000,000. That's what people are saying about you. Okay, in terms of everything else here, also your hair. Your hair, definitely. Like, I'm seeing someone here has very wavy or very curly hair, but even if you have straight hair, something very gorgeous about your hair, even for my men, very attractive hair. Everything else I see here, I feel like people secretly praise you for being a very trusting person, for being someone, other people can trust. You seem like a very genuine person, and a lot of people feel as though you are just such a sweetheart, I hear. You're just such a sweetheart. And you have no idea how much joy you bring to those around you, how much hope you bring to those around you. I feel like there's almost tears filling my eyes, but not quite, like tears of joy, where people really appreciate you. I don't know if I'm channeling people that are closest to you, because we do have the 10 of Cups here, or just people in general that appreciate you in their life, appreciate your connection. You are seen to be someone that brings so much hope and so much joy in the world around you that you have no idea how that affects others. And so I see a lot of people secretly praising you about that, secretly saying, I don't know what I would do without pile 2. Like, I don't want to live a life where pile 2 is not in my life. Especially those that are closest to you with the 10 of Cups here. I see them secretly praising your connection and, just so happy and so grateful that they have found someone like you, someone that treats them with so much love and affection and care and brings so much joy into their world, brings so much hope for love. Because I feel like whoever I'm channeling here, those people closest to you, now the tears are forming in my eyes, like tears of joy. They really appreciate you because they never thought they would find someone like you. They never thought they would find someone that loves as deeply as you, someone that cares as deeply as you, someone that's so genuine, a good listener, someone that really cares. I feel like you're very empathetic people, and that's what the people closest to you often secretly praise you about, because you know how to put yourself in other people's shoes and understand them and what they're like feeling. So the people closest to you and people in general often, secretly praising. Why can't I speak now? They often secretly praise you about how empathetic and nurturing you are and how you are able to empathize with others and put yourself in their shoes. I feel even those that have wronged you. This pile could have gone through betrayal, or the people that are closest to you could have gone through betrayals where they find it maybe hard to trust, but you're that one person that gives them hope again, for love in terms of romance, but also platonic love in the sense of, like, even if you're not in a romantic connection, I could be picking up on friends' energies where maybe they find it hard to trust, but you are such a trustworthy person that you make them believe that there are good people out there, that there are good, genuine people out there. And you do actually make a lot of people hopeful for that when they see your qualities and traits. Ooh, this got very deep very fast, but I love this energy. I feel so much love people have for you. Like, so much love where people speak so much love over you, my pal twos. I'm gonna take a quick break because, like, these tears are flowing out of my eyes. Okay, I'm back now. I just had to take a quick breather because I was, like, starting to cry all these tears of joy from feeling into all the emotions of those that really love you. This is people that are close to you, people that really cherish you, and people that feel you bring so much happiness and joy into their life that they never thought they could experience. They never felt as though they really deserved that, or that there were actually people out there in the world like you. And so, because they've had this new beginning of love with you, it just feels like the ultimate emotional fulfillment. And you make them feel better about themselves. Like, you really know how to make other people feel good about themselves too. And you're just so loyal too that a lot of people secretly appraise and appreciate that, especially those closest to you. And those that aren't close to you, they may actually have hope for relationships in their life because they see good people that are trustworthy exist like you. Especially those that have felt all alone, that have felt alone most of their life, like nobody is around them. When they see you having all these beautiful connections in your life, it gives them hope for something within their life that they want. Okay? I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the readings I've posted, or you like this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the reading. So there's also this very regal energy that you give off. It's very like dreamy / Neptunian vibe you have, where I feel like you are my very intuitive pile with the moon showing up. You really trust your intuition. When your intuition tells you something, you really trust it, or you're learning to trust it more. And so I see a lot of people secretly praising you about that because certain steps you've taken forward in your life based off your intuition have been exactly right for you. So when you're able to trust your intuition, you're really able to hone in on what your higher self wants you to, the path your higher self wants you to be on, and where you're able to create these new beginnings in your life based off what your higher self wants for you. I just saw 11:22 on the timer and 12:33 on the clock. So there's also something here about you going through a huge transformation, pile number twos. I feel like some of you have been in situations, that were kind of like out of your control, where either there was like another person betraying you, betraying your trust, or you went through things that were very hard and challenging to experience. I want to say a few years ago, or like in the beginning of your life, or something like that. Something happened here. Or it could have been something to do with your career, or it's just someone doing something wrong to you that was not fair. And so I see you moving away from this energy, standing up for yourself, speaking your truth. And I actually see some of the people that did that, if you resonate with that, are actually feeling very sorry that they did that to you. Some of them, not all of them. And I feel like in some way, in their mind, they're secretly praising you. Like, yeah, that thing I did to pile two was like so negative, so bad, it really hurt them. So I don't blame them for leaving, you know? Like, I see them almost thinking that in their mind, but I don't think they'd ever say that to anyone. And so I feel like other people that have seen this have seen you take this situation, even if you don't resonate with what I said there, whatever the situation was, it was like a situation that was very challenging, that may have kept you stuck, where you learned from it, you took the wisdom from it, and you moved forward. You started to change. You started to take that wisdom and move forward and create some kind of change within you and a change within the way you were viewing the situation. There was an ending of a karmic cycle here with the world, and you took that key of wisdom to create a new beginning for yourself, because we see the transition here. Jump in, adventure, say yes to change. So you've clearly created this huge change, because the Six of Swords is about a transition, moving away from one energy to another energy. The world is about a release and an ending of a cycle. And here we see transition, and here we see jump in, where there's a new beginning. So that's what I was talking about in the beginning. You've taken a negative situation that other people would have perceived it to keep you stuck, but you persevered, you got through it, you trusted in yourself and your own intuition and your own feelings. You took the wisdom from that and you defeated that situation and continued moving forward, continued transforming yourself with the butterfly here, and created this new beginning for yourself, full of hope and full of joy, full of a new adventure. And so I see certain people that have maybe gone through similar things, or maybe are going through hardships within their own life, or even just people in general being inspired by your story, being full of hope because of how you got out of a situation that seemed so detrimental to completely transforming yourself, transforming your life, and, creating this new beginning full of adventure, full of hope. The rainbow here reminds me of the rainbow after the storm. Okay, and it seems like you're very happy now. It seems like you're glowing, you're radiating, and that's what I said earlier. So I see people praising you about that secretly. I also see people secretly praising you about the sense that you're not only just this loyal person, this very loving person, very romantic person, but also you're able to be alone in your own solitude, because I feel like you're comfortable with being alone. You're comfortable with, maybe there was a part of your life where you were alone, or where you were more so comfortable with being by yourself and not necessarily, I don't want to say not necessarily needing anyone, because I feel like humans naturally need human connection, but it's a sense of being independent in a way where you accept where you were at on the journey, or if you're still there now, and, developing a deeper connection to yourself. So I feel like most of you are out of this alone period, where you now have people around you that are very fulfilling and, very happy connections. Whereas some of you are still in this alone period, and we do see a new beginning here very soon, where you are going to have that soul family connection around you. And if you did not resonate with what I said in the beginning, I could be reading into future energies of soul family connections that could be coming in the future, since we see the new beginning here. Okay, and I feel like what a lot of people secretly praise you about is also you being so deep, being someone that allows yourself to flow through different stages of life, through different emotions because, the moon goes through different phases of its journey. And, maybe it wasn't easy, but eventually you came to trust in the journey. You came to go with the flow in other people's opinions. And there's something here about a cleansing, a healing of the emotional nature, and accepting our different phases of life, accepting our different emotional states, honoring our emotions. So there's something about that people are secretly praising you about, and the healing journey and how you've literally transformed your whole world around. Okay. People also think that you're someone that has this very like childlike wonder to you. You allow your inner child to come out. Maybe some of you have been healing your inner child. Maybe some of you have children, but it's like you allow your inner child to come out. You're a very playful person, and although you've been through certain things in your life, you still remain optimistic towards the future. You still remain hopeful towards the future. And I think a lot of people secretly praise you about that. The Three of Pentacles here makes me feel this is also in your relationships, but also in your work. So I see certain people at work secretly praising you, secretly seeing your potential, how far you may go with that potential you have, how you can achieve certain things from that potential, whether it be at work, at school, in your goals or your endeavors, certain passions or hobbies or talents you have. That's what I'm picking up here. So I feel like this pile is very talented, or you have certain skills, whether you see them or not, that people are secretly praising. People are secretly praising your potential and how far you're going to go if you continue to move forward with the same potential you have right now. So if you are working or if you are at school, there's something about people also secretly praising you about your teamwork skills. And also in your connections, you're able to look at a situation and look at it like, okay, it's us against the problem, not us against each other. And so I see a lot of people secretly praising you about that, and also learning from you. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some last tarot cards, and then we're going to end off here. So spirit guides of my pile twos. Also, there's something here about emotional vulnerability. I think emotional vulnerability is something a lot of people in this day and age struggle with because, of what society tells us, to push our emotions down, that it's not important, all these things. But I think recently there's been a shift in the world, especially with the newer generations, where we're starting to go on our healing journeys. We're starting to pay attention to our emotions, honor our emotions, create space for more vulnerability, a safe space for others too, to share their emotions too. And so I see a lot of people secretly praising you about that, how you're able to have that emotional vulnerability and remain open with others, remain an open book, remain someone trustworthy, but also remain grounded, but then at the same time still have this very playful quality to you. I feel like you also have a lot of wisdom where you're able to see things from a very high perspective, from a different perspective than most, a very wise perspective. So we have love. Yeah, so people are secretly praising you in terms of the way you love. If you have a romantic connection in your life, people may be secretly praising this romantic connection because this is a lover's card. If you're not dating anyone at the moment, if you don't have anyone in love, this could be future energies I'm picking up on if you're looking for love. Or this could be, your family connections, your friendship connections that are so full of love, or just the way you love, how you're such a loving individual. Because in this image, we see her hugging this lion, and she is so gentle to the lion, so loving that the lion is calm and sleeping next to her. So you have that ability of, bringing out the softness in people, bringing out the vulnerability in people. And that's what people secretly praise you for. We have the Two of Air, Two of Swords. So people secretly praise your decision-making process, how you're able to make certain decisions from your intuition. Really trust what your gut feelings is telling you, but also trust yourself, trust where your passions are leading you to, and also remain hopeful while you wait for the decision to play out. Because one thing I've learned is it's not always about the outcome. It's not always about making a decision for a specific outcome, but realizing that there is no right or wrong, but we should just follow our hearts and, make the decision based on what we think is best for us. And even if the outcome isn't great, it's based off trusting ourselves in that moment. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So maybe you have been doing that. I don't know why I just said that, but okay, Fortune's Wheel. That's how you've changed, because the Wheel of Fortune is opposite the Six of Swords and move forward. So you've completely changed something within your life, within your relationships, within your career, within your mental health. Something has completely changed here that people are secretly praising you for. We have the Four of Air, Four of Swords, and we have the Hermit. So I feel like you've been on a journey of self-introspection, of understanding yourself, of taking certain keys of wisdom from certain things you've been through, and learning from your emotions, learning from certain triggers too. And through this self-introspection, through this learning about yourself, you've become so wise. Okay, we have the Moon again. So double moon energy. This pile is very, very intuitive, very, very deep. That people are always praising you about this. We have the Ten of Earth, Ten of Pentacles. Yet you're so grounded at the same time. Yet you're still able to create stable foundations within your own life, within your career, your finances, your school studies. And you're able to build a foundation for yourself where things are going to come to you, like material abundance, things like that, with the Ten of Pentacles, where you're able to create maybe like financial freedom, where you're maybe able to hone in on certain talents or gifts and really create it into something that is treasured by many. Okay, I feel like you're treasured by many. And with the Four of Swords, people also secretly praise you for being such a calm person, such a chilled and laid back person. And they really like that quality about you, because you just make other people feel safe and at ease and comfortable with your vibe and your energy. So this is what I have for you, pile 2. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Prehnite crystal in the Eight of Earth, Eight of Pentacles, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how do people secretly praise you and what do they say. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your reading, I'd just like to announce I am taking a limited amount of readings for February. So if you'd like to pre-book with me, my email is in the description box below. So let's get started with your reading. For some reason, I'm hearing that song, I Whip My Hair Back and Forth. So people may secretly praise you, like, about your hair, think your hair looks very good. Or maybe you could just be very free-spirited and, like, very, like, carefree, I want to say. Very fun to be around. Because that fun is very, that song is very fun to me. The Spirit Guides of Pile 3. Spirit guides of pile 3. How do people secretly praise them? What they say. We have inner knowing. We have gentleness. We have dreaming. Oh, makes sense. Before, when I was like starting your reading, all of a sudden I just started daydreaming out of the window, and I don't usually do that. So this may be my pile of people that are always like daydreaming or in their own world. And a lot of people really like that. Like a lot of people secretly praise that. Why is that, Spirit? Because it makes you seem so gentle. Spirit's taking me back to this. Like it just looks like you're going with the flow of life. You're very at peace. You're very chilled and laid back and calm too. And so I feel like you look so dreamy when you're daydreaming, and people just like to look at you when you're daydreaming, wonder what's in your head, like wonder what you're thinking about. We have blessings at the back of the deck. Okay. I used to daydream a lot. I love daydreaming. Spirit guides of pile 3. How do people secretly praise them? What they say? We have Labradorite, South Node, and Boundaries, card 21. And as I'm talking to you the whole time, I have this big smile on my face. And it's not that I don't smile during the piles, but like, I don't know, in your pile, I just feel so happy and so carefree. So maybe you embody that energy, or you make other people feel that way. And I feel like people often praise you about that, just depending on how you resonate with that. Spirit guides of pile 3. Maybe people praise you about your smile secretly. How do people secretly praise them and what they say? We have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposite extremes of life. Okay. I feel like there is a similarity to both pile 1 and 2 if you were drawn to any of those piles, but if not, it's okay, because I'm sure this energy is completely different. Spirit guides of pile 3s. How do people secretly praise them, what they say? Did someone here... This is ultra specific for someone only. Like, I see someone here has broken their arm, or like broken a bone, and then you healed beautifully, or something about healing the body, or just healing from pain in general, because we have extremes of life here. Okay. So we have the cards, the 9 of Earth, 9 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Water, 5 of Cups. We have the Queen of Earth, Queen of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Air, 10 of Swords. And we have a few extra cards here. 3 that I'm going to put on the side for now. Okay, my pile 3s. How do people secretly praise you and what they say? I'm hearing the best ... So, like, in other words, the best dressed, the best hair, the best voice. I don't know what it is, but something the best ... Could be different for all of you, or you're just the best. I also heard that like some of you just have incredibly funny jokes, or you just say certain things at certain times that is incredibly funny and makes people laugh. But you also know how to make other people smile, and like, I feel like you're a very cheerful person as I'm in your energy. I know we have cards about extremes of life. We have the 5 of Cups here, which is about disappointments and sadness. Maybe you've gone through very extremes in life, disappointments and sadness, but it's like people still see you as a very happy-go-lucky person, a very cheerful person. And even though maybe you went through certain pains in the past, certain heartbreaks in the past, you're still able to look at life from a very optimistic point of view. So I feel like people really admire and secretly praise the perspective you have on life, because I feel like you see life with beauty, and you see the joy in life. You see what life is worth living for. Yeah. So in terms of physicalities, I'm clairvoyantly seeing shoes, like people really like your shoes and people really praise your shoes. Something about your voice or your singing voice sounds very good or beautiful or great. I feel like some of you have or play a music musical instruments, since we have that here. Or a lot of you just have beautiful voices that sound so harmonic and so much like a melody, even when you're just speaking. Like, people really like to hear your voice, and that's what people secretly praise you about. Like, even when you're talking to them on the phone, I feel like a lot of people do like that. I feel like people secretly praise your body because in the gentleness card, we see this man that looks his body, yeah, and then we see these mermaids over here that are covering themselves but kind of nude. So I feel like people may praise your body a lot secretly behind your back. And if you wear any blush, or if you just have rosy cheeks, or something about when you smile and your cheeks look so cute. Something about your cheeks is what people praise you about. Or like if you have high cheekbones, or if you wear highlighter, or if you have freckles, like that's what I'm getting here. Also your hair and your smile. Someone here has dimples that are so cute. Like, you're so cute. That's what people keep saying about you. Like, I feel like just squeezing your cheeks. You're so cute. And you're very, very sweet people. That's what people always praise you about secretly. If any women here like wear crop tops, people may secretly like your waist. Praise your waist, like say that you have a really nice waist. And you just look so dreamy, so ethereal. That I don't know if they say the word ethereal, but I feel in your energy you're very ethereal and dreamy and out of this world. And like, I just feel so at peace in your energy. I just feel like smiling the whole time. So, yeah, that's definitely coming through here. I feel like I'm hanging out with a friend. I don't feel like I'm doing a reading as I'm in your energy. So maybe that's how you make people feel like they can just be your friend even if they don't know you per se so well. Like, they feel like they can just get along with you very quickly, and just feel comfortable around you. So I do see a bunch of other things here, pile number 3, but before I get into that, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I posted, or if you like this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the reading. Yeah, so like I kept hearing the best ... Now I'm hearing like the best smile, the best banter, the best what was I hearing now? Like juicy gossip. Like, I don't know if some of you like just always have juicy, interesting things to say, even if it's not gossip. Like, some of you don't like to gossip, but like maybe some of you just always have interesting things to say, where people are very intrigued by you in the conversations, where they just want to know more and more and more. Maybe you're just a very interesting person and people look at you like you have the best ... I don't know what that's about, but I see that and I hear that. I feel like I'm hearing that Instagram reel that's like something like they underestimated me, then bam. I think it's Powerpuff Girls or Bubbles, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But I feel like some people may secretly admit that they underestimated you, and then you actually prove them wrong with something here. I feel like this pile's very talented and gifted at certain things, and you may have certain talents or gifts from past lives with the South Node here if you believe in reincarnation. I'm strongly feeling the throat chakra energies within this pile, and I feel like as we tap into the more disappointing energies of the past, I feel like you maybe had certain connections around you in the past that, were disappointing you, that were letting you down in some way. And I feel like at some point you had to learn boundaries for yourself. You had to learn to speak up for yourself in some way, because I see people always like praising you in the past for being such a gentle, sweet, light-hearted person, so nurturing, so kind. But I feel like at some point you had to balance that energy out by having stronger boundaries for yourself, by sticking up for yourself more, speaking up for yourself more, because you've always been someone that's spoken away and you bring harmony to everyone when you speak, joy to everyone when you speak. And this very beautiful energy you bring. But I feel like at some point you had to balance that energy out by sticking up for yourself more and having those boundaries to maybe not get taken advantage of, or to just have healthier relationships, or speak up about certain things that were disappointing. I know that can be sometimes hard, especially with those closest to us. It's sometimes those hard conversations that had to be had that actually bring change to the connection. I know for myself, even with my relationships, it's very hard to sometimes speak up for myself, in situations when I'm disappointed. But we do notice that when we do speak up for ourselves and have the courage to do that, then the person can understand and realize where they're maybe hurting us unintentionally or intentionally. So I just say unintentionally or intentionally because there's so many of you watching. And I feel like people are seeing how you've changed and progressed in a way where you're still a sweet and gentle and loving person, but now you have stronger boundaries up. Now you really stick up for yourself more. And I feel like this pile has loyal friends that also stick up for you. Like when other people speak about you, I'm really getting that strongly. Or maybe in the past you had friends always stick up for you, but now you stick up for yourself. Like that's the energy I feel here. And back to that energy of underestimating, I feel like there's something this pile has worked very hard on with the Eight of Pentacles, has mastered in some way, or is beginning to master in some way. And this is something you're very passionate about. This is something you dream about doing. And maybe this is even something you've done in past lives if you believe in that. And so I see you having the creative potential, or having the potential to reach this dream or goal, and you are already on the way there, or you are already halfway there, or almost there, I want to say, just depending on who's watching this, because we have 8, 9, Queen of Pentacles. So you are progressing, and people are seeing how you're slowly but surely mastering this gift or talent or whatever kind of dream, big goal you have, even if it doesn't have to do with your career, or schools or studies, but it's like, it's something you dream of. So this could be, this could be in your relationships and mastering being and creating healthy connections. This could be in our career, because we do have a lot of Pentacles energy here, where it's like maybe you have a big dream to be a CEO, or maybe you have a big dream to like have your own business or do something creative, or whatever this is. It could be different for all of you. There's something you're dreaming big about that people are secretly praising, because you think big and you aren't backing down. You aren't thinking small, because I watched a reel the other day and they were saying something about like, we shouldn't dream small. We shouldn't think small. We should always dream bigger, because when we dream too small, the universe is going to give us limited blessings. Do you get what I mean? But when we dream big, the universe can give us even bigger blessings. I don't think they said that, but I'm saying that now. But it's like, I don't know how to describe this energy, but I feel like maybe people don't know how to describe it, but I feel like people really admire that quality and trait within you, and people find it very inspiring. And so I see a lot of people praising that secretly, whereas I see a very small minority of people being a little bit intimidated or jealous of your potential and being like, they're not all that, like, but then they're far on the outside of your energy, because I just noticed the shark in the background as I spoke about that, but the shark is so far behind him that it's not even affecting him, okay? But I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles, you're growing within this endeavor. You're going to reach this independence, financial independence. You're going to gain many blessings within this lifetime, or you have already started gaining blessings. And the way people are seeing your potential is if you continue to go through with this with patience, and if you continue to persevere, if you continue to dream big and believe in yourself, you can absolutely reach that dream and goal and have it become a physical reality here with these Pentacles cards. I feel like people secretly praise you and say that you're very grounded, you're very down to earth, you're very humble. People love your energy, people love your vibe. And you trust your inner knowing when it comes to things you want to do. So, even if other people don't get your vision, you trust your inner knowing. You trust that, if I'm dreaming of this, then maybe it's meant for me. You know what I mean? And you're putting your focus towards that. Okay, we have call. See, you're following your soul's calling. I really feel that strongly with this card. We have the Page of Water, Page of Cups. Maybe some of you have even dreamed of doing whatever this is since you were a kid. We have the Four of Fire, Four of Wands. Spirit is showing me the Little Mermaid when she dreamed of going to the human world for a long time and then eventually went there. Or when Tiana from Princess and the Frog dreamed of creating the restaurant. I don't know why she's coming up in my readings lately, but eventually she did create it. So there's something here about people seeing you dream about something, and maybe you're not fully there yet, but you're almost there, and people see the end result. People see you celebrating this. With the Four of Wands here, the Four of Wands is a celebration. So people see your potential and people see you celebrating this at the end of this. Let's pull some more cards. It's also 111 on the clock. Nice. I'm reading up on your crystal, by the way. Spirit is guiding me to. Prehnite is considered a stone of unconditional love and the crystal to heal the healer. It enhances precognition and inner knowing. And your card is inner knowing. I love that. It also helps with visualization. So people may be secretly praising your manifestation skills, your visualization skills, and all these things I mentioned here. I also hear psychic protection. You're very psychically protected from all negative energies. So any lost cards for any lost information for how people secretly praise pile 3. We have the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups. So again, you're nurturing and very like go with the flow vibes, since we have the Empress at the back of the deck, is something people often praise because you're very deep and you're very, I want to say, emotionally perceptive of other people's emotions. You're very empathetic. And even when you communicate with other people, you know what to say to help them get through any emotional things that they're going through. You know how to support those closest to you in your heart. You know what to say to them because you really feel into their energies and emotions. This pile may be strongly clairsentient, where you can feel into people's emotions, or you may actually have strong intuitive gifts, maybe even have strong dreams, like precognit, what's that word? Like future dreams. Okay, maybe you are someone that can read into the future for some of you. And since we have the Empress at the back of the deck, I feel like people often praise you for your ability to reach this financial success or reach a place of abundance within whatever endeavor you're going towards. You're go with the flow vibe. You're very nurturing and divine feminine energy. Remember, we all have divine masculine and feminine energies within us. And the Empress is the embodiment of a Venusian energy. You know, this very romantic yet seductive energy. And so people may call you very sexy. And the Empress is also someone that's very in touch with their heart. So I feel like that's something people often praise you about, your beautiful heart, your beautiful soul, and also how you've grown, how you've accomplished certain things, but also how you are continuing to progress and grow and expand as a person within your own journey. So this is what I have for you, pile 3. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!